effectively, you never leave your post.
Right.
Is that right?
Right.
Where's that brother at? The brother back there. He stood on guard, Nation of Islam, 22 straight hours before Captain Joseph relieved him. And he ran from there and went out and sold newspapers, Muhammad Speaks, as it was called then. Straight from his post. There's a reason for that. It's a reason when I say who's holding the line, some of you can take off when you want to. Some of you can come in here when it strikes your fancy. But there are those who are holding the line constantly.
Right.
Now, our brother Professor Kaba said, what about the scars that Alton carried?
Right.
Well, he wasn't here, but I mentioned scars a few weeks ago.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Many times, we see Alton Maddox, and we say, go get him, Alton. Oh, man, you did it. Did you hear what Alton did in the courtroom today?
Yeah.
See, we can say that, and we can get away with it. Because we ain't standing there when he got to pay the price for that.
Right.
Alton said years ago, I never forgot it, he said every black attorney can get one big case.
Yes, he did.
You get one.
Yeah, I call that, yeah.
How many did Alton Maddox get? 5?
Yeah.
You can't, Monty said the right, say that again, brother.
You can't even count them.
You can't even count.
Yeah.
He kept going to the well again and again and again. Now obviously people that run this town was getting fed up.
Right.
They called him into a meeting.
Yeah.
And they told him to curtail this type of activity. Said, you know, I mean, they use metaphors and you know, cryptic language and say, look, everybody that fish throw the fish back sometime. You got to throw a few back. You got to reverse the motor. Ain't no reversing that car. That's scars you get for that. You get beaten down. When a black young man kills a white priest, that young man is supposed to go to jail.
That's right.
He's never supposed to see the light of day.
That's right.
Especially when he admitted to it. Who got him all?
Alton?
Well, damn it, who got him all? I'm whispering. That's what's wrong when you whisper too damn much.
All right.
When you should be speaking loud and boldly like Sister Pam Africa, you whisper.
Yeah.
When you little, you can meow.
Yeah.
But when you grow up, you roar.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I mean, every time you see Sister Pam, have you ever heard her meow?
No.
Never.
I don't even think, can you meow? All she can do is roar. She hold it back, but she can't hold it back for so long.
Right.
That MF was coming. You know, I seen her at, I think it was Malcolm's birthday at 19. I mean, she was trying her best. You know, I mean, Malcolm was right there, Sister Betty right next to her. She tried hard as she could. I looked at her, I said, the sister's struggling, but it's coming. So tonight, I think the first time she said it, she said MF.
Yeah.
And then the next time, she said it in the King's English. Well, you know, when I think of the slave theater, when I think of UAM, pardon me, I think of the slave theater. I know all the other places, but there's something about that slave theater.
Yes, yeah, it has magic to it.
It's magic.
It has magic.
Thank you, brother. It's magic.
It has magic.
You know, it was interesting how when you came up to the slave theater, you would see a whole row from Bedford Avenue down into the middle of the block of merchants that never, very rarely ever came inside.
That's right.
They was about their business. I mean, they didn't have to come inside. They was about their business.
That's right.
And they made a good living just being outside.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Now, I would come there and get something to eat first. You know, I would get a nice vegetarian meal. There was 2 brothers out there. Both of them sold vegetarian plates. So I buy a vegetarian plate for one on the way in, and then I patronize the other brother on the way out. And in between that, I would get a bean pie. And you know, they had all kind of African attire and nice African pieces if you want to take something home and claim you went to Africa even if you didn't. They had all kind of Caribbean things and so much food, and so I mean, it was an economy.
Yes, right.
Now, you might not have seen it, but white folks was looking at this.
Yes, right.
And said, wait. These folks is feeding themselves. They got an economy going outside.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
And they ain't getting no tax dollars behind it.
Yes.
Ain't a white person around.
Right.
As a matter of fact, they heard white folks are not even allowed.
Right.
Now, if white folks ever stormed in here about that, white folks not being allowed, they corner you. You know what you're going to say? Some of you, not all of you. Because, I mean, there's some other Pam Africans in here.
Yeah.
All right.
Some of you going to say, it wasn't me. I ain't do that. But guess who's going to take the weight for it? And one person who can't say it.
Yeah.
Can't say it wasn't me.
Right. That's right.
And the bad thing about it wasn't him.
That's right.
He just enforcing it.
There you go.
Right.
There it
He
is.
ain't come to the conclusion he wasn't a part of that vote. When
Right.
people voted to say only blacks can come in here.
Right. Right.
Right?
That's right.
However, if it ever come down to it, if somebody got to go to court, who's going to end up in court?
Doesn't matter.
Brother Alden's going to end up
Right.
in court behind that. Now, I remember like yesterday, the magic. You could walk in there. See, UAM was such that you don't even have to know who's there the next week.
Yeah.
1 week, Del Jones.
Yeah.
Next week, Shashi McIntyre.
That's right.
Then out of nowhere, you see Kwame Ture.
Yeah. Yeah.
You say, man, you thought you had enough. Next week, Naeem Akbar.
Yeah. Yeah.
You say, wow.
That's right.
Then you see Dr. Ben.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you see the Dean of Amor, Dr. John Henry Clark.
That's right.
You say, oh my goodness.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I mean, that's how it was at the Slave Theater.
Right.
All of them in a row, nonstop, week after week after week. And also you got weekly commentary from Brother Hall.
That's right.
I mean, this was something that the powers that be said, this can't keep going on. So the counterintelligence program was set up to succeed. How does it succeed? It wears on your resources.
Yes, it does.
It don't take you down in one day
Right.
and make you spend money. It
Right.
makes you go to court. It makes you, well, actually, some of your soldiers are going to fall because they're going to take some out.
That's true.
But you know when you go to war, some of your soldiers are going to fall anyway.
That's true. That's
But that don't stop you from doing what you got to do. Because if that stopped you, we all might as well go home now. Because some going to fall. And we used to argue within our ranks, telling each other about, we got to take a stand on this. Giuliani's doing this, we got to take a stand. And we would always have brothers that would say, well, we ain't got the numbers. Well, I said, well, if we waiting for the numbers, we ain't never going to say nothing.
Right.
This department is in the foreseeable future will always be white. The fire department will always be white.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we waiting for the numbers, we might as well quit. So we knew that we had to forge ahead. I remember like yesterday when Sergeant Brown was shot in the back by a police officer. And Giuliani said it was a perpetrator that did this. Tried to blame it on two guys that was arrested. Sergeant Brown called us. We went to his hospital. We went to the hospital and asked those police officers who was on guard duty, told them they got to leave. They stepped out the room, and he told us who did it. Said it was a police officer shot him in the back. So we went to City Hall and demanded that they change what they're saying, that a police officer shot him in the back. And they said, no, we're going with that story. Then we said, okay, fine. We're going to have a press conference tomorrow, and we're going to expose who did it. And we did that, and Giuliani went after all of us. And we caught hell. So they're scholars. You're going to fight, and you're going to lose something.
Yeah.
Now, all of this was preparing us.